have to really work for this one, and it's going to be an uphill battle.
I have to concede, that was impressive.
You know, I really want to know who this announcer guy is now. I could listen to his audio tracks for hours.
Oh,
Let's call
man.
it feedback. Shall we see how clever you really are? It's time to sort out the men from the boys.
Oh, it's time to sort out the men from the boys, or the fruit
man time.
catchers. The fruit catchers from the fruit droppers. The os catchers from the toe horses.
Crumbs. Wow.
I guess it's really as crazy as it is when it's converted from standard, but it's still pretty scary to see that Spectator and MJ are both still rocking a double S.
Yeah, some of these non-hyperspacings, like those triplets
Yeah.
right there, what is going on?
That's those pixel perfect jumps right there, and if you don't have that dash down just right, you're not gonna make it. And the fact that they're able to keep that very well and catch every droplet while doing it is just absolutely crazy.
Like, Midge is just totaling SS. What?
So far, so good. But do you really think you have what it takes to compete with the mighty Scratch perverts? This could be a step bit far.
Okay, yeah, here's where things get
Oh, here we
absolutely
go.
ridiculous.
Oh, this looks so fun.
Well,
You
rip
know it's a
double
mess
S.
when it's a mess when the juice drops have hypers on them.
You should quit.
Look, even the commentator dude's saying you should quit.
Oh, those are evil!
Oh, this is a warm-up if I've ever seen one.
I've actually never seen hypers on juice droplets till just now.
That's fast.
And I mean, I've seen quite a few maps
There's really no point.
converted, played a whole bunch of converted. Wow, every bit of the droplet had hypers on that one. This is
Oh my
ridiculous.
goodness. This is a warm-up.
Have I really met my man?
Are you warm yet? That's the question you really need to ask our players.
So, that was a thing.
Yeah, that just happened.
XCon just 26 misses with flashlight. Yeah,
That
okay.
makes no sense.
Togini with no fail on, just to be sure.
So you want to be a DJ?
Oh boy, that
It's
was a
going to
thing.
take an awful lot of practice.
Oh, that's a good
Are
thing
you ready?
to leave.
even XCon's just like, yeah, that was hard.
Well, guys, I'm gonna take my leave now, so have fun with
Alright.
this one.
All right, Juan, thanks so much for helping us out this morning, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the matches as well, but I can totally understand if you'll be enjoying your eyelids.
That was a creepy lap. Anyway, bye.
Later.
Oh gosh. Alright, so we see a warm-up that has 224 in the difficulty name, so I'm edging towards a South Korean warm-up here.
Racingization.
Oh, this is a nice song. Camellia, as usual. Just waiting for the flood of Camellia Osada Swen.
Yeah. That's one of the most popular things that people ask for, too. And, I mean, I can totally understand why. This should be pretty interesting, though, but what are your thoughts? Do you really think we're going to see any kind of thing coming out of this Jai? Do you think Sweden's got a chance?
Oh, well, I mean, I was sort of pushing towards Sweden, perhaps maybe being able to take a couple of points off South Korea, but it just looks like they just don't have the players available to them, which is quite unfortunate.
That it is. And I mean, this is going to be a really rough fight for them. South Korea definitely has the advantage here. They have their full roster out, and 224 Hyper. Yeah, this is gonna this is gonna be good.
Yeah, it's 4-minute map. It's 202 BPM if I'm not mistaken, and yeah, this is gonna be fun. We know Camellia has some wobs in their songs, and we're gonna see the jumps.
Not only that, sometimes playing warm-ups is a good way to get into the opponent's head as well, especially when you can outperform. And I feel like that's what South Korea is going to try to do here. They're probably going to go with a very strong performance on this warm-up, even if it is absolutely ridiculous. And that's just more reason for Sweden to sweat. But, they've made it this far. That means by no means are they out of this yet, and they are going to give it their very best shot. And it'll be awesome to see if they can take a couple points. Definitely be something to talk about. Why is Hyper wanting to throw fruit? You don't throw fruit. Oh, good God, that background.
Of course.
Somebody was tired.
Yeah, well, look at this. Azriel and Tegeni have no fail on. Austin has relax. If the player's this scared already to put on mods, this is going to be interesting.
Fun fact for anyone that's new to the catch scene and they don't know exactly all the mods yet, Relax is a little bit of an interesting mod here, because outside of how Relax works for Standard and a few of the other game modes, with Catch, it actually gives you full control with your mouse, which some say is way easier, while others, especially professional Catch the Beat players I've asked, say it's actually really hard once you get used to, the catcher movement.
Yeah.
To kind of adjust to that. And
yeah, just think of game mechanics and then throw them all away, and that's Relax.
Yeah, pretty much. Austin actually playing a little bit of Os Dodge, as you can see.
Hyper and Austin are having a battle of Os. They're actually having a battle here, it seems, of Tohosu. Some dodge the beat. Yeah, they Avatar don't want to pick up these fruit.
Look at that accuracy drop. I guess that's actually kind of impressive when you see how small the gaps are that he has to get between.
I would imagine that this would be easier for Austin to dodge on Relax, though.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Oh, Hyper picked up something.
Dude, the hyper chains in this
one
are absolutely ridiculous.
Guess you could say he picked up a pair of fruit.
I told myself I was going to be good and keep the puns down to a minimum, and now everybody else.
And that's what has encouraged me to lose sanity.
Well, one of the main reasons why they might be dodging Twitch chat is, as we said, this is a warm-up, so it's not really going to affect their score in any way, shape, or form. So, sometimes it's a little bit different. Sometimes we have people that will just, get a song out there, show some pride for their country. Other times you'll see some less than savory music or something really ridiculous. Or you'll see something like this where the map is absolutely top level and there's really no point in stressing yourself too much, so you might as well just have fun with it. And Austin has definitely went about doing it in that specific way with Relax.
Yeah. Well, Hyper as well, though minus the Relax.
Which is even more impressive that he's able to dodge him as well as he has been. I mean, he has a 0.38% accuracy. That's
look at that, 440 points.
That's top tier right there.
Oh, he caught a banana. That was a mistake. At least that doesn't count to accuracy.
What's even scarier is if you look at Hyper's screen, it kind of looks like his catcher is dodging to the music almost perfectly.
Well, I mean, if the notes are mapped properly, then you'd assume you move away from them at the same beat.
Yeah, pretty much. He is way too good at that.
Well, it looks like Alston started attempting to catch them. I can imagine that hypers would actually be much more difficult on relax. I can imagine you've got to be much more precise.
Yeah, it's all actual mouse movement versus the hypers do absolutely nothing.
So that was an amazing 1-versus-1 match right there. And like even just by that, you can see this the skill. Azriel getting only 20% of the misses that Tugeni did.
And that is absolutely scary.
Whoa, damn easy, showing that rolling is damn easy.
Ooh, 95 points. That's a pretty high roll.
Nice to see some high rolls, unlike Dusk rolling 9 in the previous match.
Ooh. Yeah, I was not here in time for the rolls last match, so I did not get to see that. But I feel like Damn Easy might probably have the highest roll of the day. I'm calling it now. If we see a 96, then I'm a darn dirty liar.
Will you eat a bowl of
I
chili
deserve to
if
eat it.
someone rolls a 96?
No, nada.
Oh,
Not gonna happen.
unfortunate.
I will drink a cup of coffee. So please.
You'll do that even if they don't get a 96.
Oh, for sure. Ooh, Spectator getting a 43, while still a pretty decent roll. Not going to be enough there.
Alright, so it looks like South Korea will actually be banning first. Gonna be interesting to see, what does a top tier team actually ban?
That is going to be kind of interesting. Cannon, Hard Rock. So it does look like they're going to stay away from Hard Rock.
Interesting, they've got a hard rock ban, much like Japan from last team, although we did actually see Cannon last match. It's, you know, a fairly lengthy map, so I don't know, maybe South Korea just wants to get it over with.
Alright, now let's see what Sweden rebuttals with. Ooh, hit.
Oh, that is a painful HD map and quite a wise ban.
Yeah, I kind of saw that one coming there on Sweden's side.
Spectator's sad because it is literally his map.
Aw, poor Spectator. You know, they actually have some pretty Sweden. You know, they have pretty decent hard rock play too. So I wonder if that was South Korea, you know, looking into their opponents, or if it was just like, this is a long one, we don't want to mess with this one.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see now that we're getting into the actual picks, what the teams are going to go for. But yes, as it stands, one hidden and one hard rock are out for the match. Alright, well we're just waiting on Sweden's selection, and South Korea is going to have to sub in a player.
You are correct. It does look like they're swapped out.
Well, this is very, very interesting. It looks like Sweden is going with Darling, which is a DT convert. And to see Sweden pick DT, considering that they lost 2 points to the United Kingdom last week, both on DT, as a matter of fact, is actually quite interesting.
You are correct, but you know, maybe they put a lot of time investment into the DT picks here to try to, kind of build up on their mistakes from last week. So this should be pretty interesting. If they do manage to take a point here on a mod that they struggled with, I would definitely give them one of the most improved awards there.
XCon claiming he can't full combo this. I wonder if that's to psych out Sweden or if they're actually going to take that with a slight hint of joy.
Well, this is one of the more enduring picks for double time with Darling. It is a convert, as you said. It has a base AR of 8.5, so adding double time in there is going to just make things so much more fun.
Yeah, so here we go, the beginning of Sweden vs South Korea. Darling DT. Pun alert. Will Sweden be able to take it on their first? Well, we've seen some misses, so it looks like South Korea is going to pull ahead.
Austin and Tanagi both dropping. Damn Easy also finding a miss. Spectator, XCon, and Azrael all still holding pretty decent, but the song is still in its infancy.
And it's interesting to see that Azrael and Spectator just decided to slap on HD as well. Because why not? Actually, this gives me an idea. We should have a global stat, just global stat for all the fruit that Yuzu has caught.
Oh man, that number would be way too big.
That would be amazing.
I mean, you could basically go to anyone's user profile and check and see if they have the caught fruit achievements, and I think it goes all the way up to like 200,000 fruits, or maybe even higher than that. But you just see how many people have that badge, and then that's like a good. Oh man, that would take forever, but I guarantee that number is way past the millions and billions even.
Yeah, the CT baby badge actually goes up to 2 million, so...
Yeah, so if you just grab all the people that's got the 2 million CTB badge, well, Os Catch badge, and you take that and it would be absolutely ridiculous. Tagani also finding another drop there. Austin and Damn Easy holding really good accuracy for this map, all things considered. They are down about 300,000 points, and that is unfortunate. XCon holding that double S still as well.
Yeah, because he apparently can't FC this. Apparently. Yeah, as you can see, Tagani and Austin are actually finding misses in the same spot, and that is not the first time. Looks like nobody on the Swedish team has got the 200 score cap, and South Korea is just running with this.
Yeah, that score is continuingly to grow in their favor. Yeah, nice not full combo, XCon.
Yeah, nice not full combo, XCon.
Alright, so that was a break point for South Korea, making that 1-0 in their favor, and now the ball is in their court. They'll be able to pick their map as well, and that is not too good for Sweden. That's not how you want to start a match out, but all things considered, overall accuracies for the stage that they're at, pretty impressive. 99.77 for Damn Easy, 99.0 not, well, accuracy not that big of a deal. 2 missed fruits from Damn Easy. 10 from Tagani, and Austin only finding 11 misses, so just 1 under Tagani. They did seem to drop a lot together.
That's just team consistency. So we've now learned to never trust XCon when he's first FC, he says. Alright. First SS too, if that's the case.
Yeah. I'm not willing to believe that that is legit. He did that way too easily.
Alright, well, South Korea, it is now their turn to pick a map. Oh, AR8 hidden is actually pretty fun, Spectator. I'm one of those crazy people that agrees with you.
And it looks like it might be Holic.
Oh, Holic, we saw this. Another convert, and we actually did see this last time where Japan actually managed to take it off China. This is a very interesting map. It's got some very interesting spacings, as you would expect from a convert.
Yeah, and you know, I see a lot of people bringing in the AR8 to it. I guess it's because I'm still new to playing catch, but AR8 is so much easier for me. Like 9 and 10, it's still like I have a lot of problems with the dashes. So
I have to agree. I actually find I'm a very weird person. AR7 is easier than AR 9.3 for me. Now, that makes no sense to anyone who plays the game, as far as I'm aware. But still, this is fairly low AR for HT, with all things considered. But yeah, some of the spacings, you have to be very precise, and with the low AR, it just makes it that much more difficult. There are some cross-string fruit that they're going to have to try to catch.
all right, and with that being said, we should be getting underway in just a moment. All right, and for those asking about Score V2, the Score V2 is actually set up pretty simply. Oh, hey, cool. Twitch chat's already answering it for me. Thank
Yeah.
you, Twitch chat.
To an extent, it's like Taiko Score V1, except the combo cap is 200 and not 100. And yeah, that'll do. Yeah, as we can see, Austin's and Togini, their HP bars are just... they're crawling around.
Oh, poor Austin.
Can't blame him. This map is absolutely brutal.
Man, I gotta give it to the map pool selectors, though. I really like the jams that they have for this week's matches. There's quite a few really good ones in here.
I'm always excited if Preserved Valkyrie gets chosen. Yeah, but just look at this. The entire South Korean team, triple double S. And over on Sweden's side, we've got Austin is actually struggling quite a bit. 81, 82%. No, just missing those notes. If you miss one, it's really hard to recover just from all of these jumps.
Yeah, and a lot of them are pixel jumps too, so that low AR not really going to help when you're trying to time things, and then combined with hidden. And I do believe Austin is, yeah, Austin went down.
I think it looks like the entire Swedish team is going to fail.
Yep, that just happened, guys.
They're not even going to finish the map?
I don't think so. Yeah, when it's still team versus at the day. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's still team versus, and everybody knows how team versus goes. If everyone on the team cannot keep their HP above the required amount, then it is game over, and that will be a second point to South Korea. You do not see that very often.
Yeah, the South Korean team all had double... like, as you can see, the MVP of the room is XCON with only 850,000 points. There is still 140k points of the map left, and Sweden just couldn't even make it that far to finish the map. But yeah, that just goes to show how much of a brutal hidden pick this is. Yeah, well, Togeni's not wrong. They didn't SS because they didn't finish the map.
All right, it looks like we're going to be going with Go Away, and this is a no-mod pick.
I feel like this is sort of the mentality Sweden has on South Korea right now, after a pick like that. Just go away, guys.
Yeah, now, mind you, this is another convert map, so we're seeing a lot of convert love today. But with this convert, you can expect space streams and lots of edge dashes. I feel like I guess Sweden must have practiced this one, or they're just signing off their signing on for their own casket.
They're about to go away.
Yeah. Oh man. XCon, this map is hard.
Who is this map by? Is this map by Fishy Fit?
Yes, it is.
What a guy.
All right, and here we go. Yeah, don't worry, Twitch chat. I don't think anyone here believes XCon after the first line with can't FC ends in FC.
Oh, that's an interesting thought. Sweden sabotaging the match and failing so that XCon cannot get another SS. Yeah, as we can see, Austin and Tagini are actually finding misses in the same hypers again. And just like that, only 150 notes in, but there are no full combos left on the Swedish side. Actually, MJJ's found a pretty early miss as well, before the 200 combo cap.
You are correct. And I mean, this is to be expected a little bit. Sweden definitely climbing very hard to get here, but as each week goes on, the map pools are only going to get harder, and you start to see where these skill caps find in. But it is interesting to see that Sweden's players are relatively around the same skill level too. Because we see Austin did find a few more misses than Tagani there, and he's about on par with Damn Easy at the moment. But Austin really having some issues, and it is unfortunate that they didn't have Satomi with him to help out. But what can you do? It's still really awesome that they're coming out and playing and giving it their best.
Oh, a show of sportsmanship is always better than a no-show. But yeah, like you said, even if Satomi was around for this, just look at the insane consistency that's just happening on the South Korean side. XCon and Azrael still holding double S. MJJ practically SS, barring one miss at about 150 combo.
Yeah, you're right, Jai. But, one of the things is, like we've talked about this before, when you're going up against a mountain of a team, the best thing you could do is not give up. And I will give Sweden that. They are not giving up. Even though the map pool and everything's hard against them, it's really easy to just be like, nope, can't do it. But they are out here playing as best as they possibly can, giving it their all. And that's what's important at the end of the day.
Just look at these scores. Look, XCon SS, Azrael SS.
Yep, and Damn Easy actually doing a really good play on Sweden's side, only missing 4. Tagini actually only missing 8. Austin's the only one that had a little bit of problems with that one, getting 37 misses.
Yeah, it's unfortunate he didn't even manage to hit the combo cap for score, which is really, really just going to drag Sweden's score down.
And you could see Sweden having some fun, saying, pick a fun map.
Yeah, of course, pick a fun map. If you pick a fun map or a good song, then everyone's a winner, in my opinion. Pick who's attack. Oh wait, or spectator.
All right, it does look like South Korea is doing a player swap real quick.
Alright, so actually, oh, Magic Bombs DT, I believe that map is...
Sola.
Yes, of course, it's from Sheenie's set. And it's not a convert! So that happened.
Yep, this one has a lot of direction changes though, and streams.
And this is also the DT map that we didn't actually get to see last match. We got to see the other two, Rosetta and Darling. So this is going to be interesting.
Just flushing out that map pool in total. That's good. I do believe this also has some 1-4 dashes in it as well. So our players will have to look out. I'm not expecting South Korea to have to look out too much, but Sweden definitely going to have to go into this one a little bit on sharp edge, because if they don't, they will find lots of droppers during lots of drops during those 1-4 dash sections.
If I'm not mistaken, this map is actually relatively fast. It's almost 300 BPM. With DT, that is.
Yep, and as you can see, some of those 1-4 jump sections already dropping Austin there with the hypers, but he is managing to pull combo back up, but it seems really hard for them to hold, as this is one of the faster double time picks I've seen so far. I think it's the only double time pick I've seen so far.
Oh, we've seen a miss from 224.
You are correct. He's back down to 100 combo there. Bara and Spectator still holding pretty strong. Damn Easy holding pretty strong as well.
XCon's not playing because he doesn't want to humiliate himself by not SSing.
Even though, like, there's like a 99% chance he'd probably SS.
When you say a 100% chance for an SS?
I don't give him the benefit of the doubt that he might sneeze. You know, he is human at the end of the day.
That is actually really painful. Sneezing during... What are these streams even? But yeah, sneezing is... Oh gosh.
It's every player of a music game's kryptonite. I don't care who you are. Or what game you play.
I agree.
It's universally accepted. Is oh no.
Still, these streams, South Korea not having any problems with them, even though everyone on the South Korean team actually picked up a miss. But still, with that being said, just dominating Sweden to match point, 0-4 right now.
You are correct. Sweden actually had pretty good plays from Tagani and Dan Easy on that one, only finding 5 and 3 misses respectively. Austin's still just having a little bit of problems here, but he is being a trooper, you know, subbing in for Satomi and just making sure that his team was there to be able to play. And definitely being good sports and all of it. It does look like they've swapped XCon back out. South Korea really going in for a clean, decisive victory with this one.
Alright, so potentially the last pick from Sweden. What is it going to be? I don't think you can choose the tiebreaker, Tagani. As much as I would like to see exit this Earth's atmosphere, I don't think it's gonna happen. Alright guys, are we gonna see a reverse sweep? Let's make it happen.
I will literally eat a pair of socks. I don't see this happening. I just don't.
You have to record it as well. I'll do it too.
Like, I will like deep fry this sock and oh man. No, they're trying to trick us, Jai. That's what it is.
I see.
They're gonna bring it back to tiebreaker hype.
I wonder if it's ever actually going to be done. A commentator says something, and then the players on both teams agree to rig their said match to make the commentators eat their socks. I wonder if it's ever been done before.
I can't say that it has. I don't think anyone's ever really done that. Luckily, there's a pretty big disconnect. Guys, I could literally sit here and try to curse South Korea, but they don't hear us actually unless
One left.
they're
One left.
Yeah.
He took his crystal ball with him.
like unless
Oh, this
they're
is nice.
Mangekyo.
So we got banned last match, which is nice to see that we're gonna actually see this hard rock pick.
Yeah, and this, let's see here.
Well, I mean, South Korea banned Cannon, which is also a hard rock pick, so there's that. But we also know that South Korea is a very strong team, and XCON is a very proficient hard rock player at that.
You know, another thing about this is it's yet again another convert. This one has a lot of 1/2 jumps with some pixel perfect edge to edge jumps.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this should be absolutely fun. Poor Sweden, giving a little bit of a disgrunting for the seeding. They're like, we run into South Korea every year. Well, of course you do, especially in a tournament setting. You're going to have to run into them eventually. You can't just coast up the entire chain without fighting one of the strongest teams at some point.
Oh,
That's what makes
you can always
boys men.
you can always keel over and just fall out of the tournament before you reach them.
Yeah.
But that's not fun. And already cross cream jumps. Absolutely brutal. Oh, Azrael, not sure what that was, but stopped playing for a second there.
Maybe it was that aforementioned sneeze.
No, they're bringing it back to tiebreaker. So here's a question, what does Hard Rock do in catch? Well, it makes the approach rate higher, and I believe it also makes the circle size smaller.
Yes.
Oh, actually, circle size is an interesting thing. The higher the number, the smaller the fruit. That always gets me.
Yeah, not only to mention that, it also takes a heavy hit on your HP just as it does in any other mode.
Ah, yes.
Only downside here for Sweden really is it does look like they're doing pretty decent with this, so I don't see it as being too big of an issue in terms of having to worry about failure. Their HP bars are taking a little bit of a hit. Austin really going deep down there for a moment, but nothing too crazy. And if we look over on South Korea's side, you see XCOM and Spectator holding mirrored. No, not mirrored. Both. I thought that was an 85. I thought it was an 85.
The background is tripping you up.
Yes, that it is.
Azrael seems to be having some fun. Just yeah. This is slightly rude to the Swedish team, Azrael, but you know, if it entertains you, sure.
What are they just holding? They're holding dash the entire time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's BM.
That is some BM if I have ever seen it.
You know.
Or if Azrael actually fails from doing
it's
the
still
BM.
not enough. It's still not enough, dude. Like
No, Azrael's got 600,000 points. If he fails, then Sweden will win.
But he pulled his life back up super quick. No, I was being bad, but I don't know. Like, ooh, Spectator did find a drop, but I'm looking at the scores here
XCOM's
now.
found
and
a drop.
It's close to the end.
Everyone's missed at least once.
And that's good to see because it just does let you know that South Korea are not complete machines. They can and will have a limit themselves as well. And as we get further through the map pools, and we get closer to the finals, that'll start to become way more.
That would have been embarrassing for Azrael if they missed those cross cream jumps at the end. And but even with that, it looks like Austin's managed to fail those at the end, and that's just going to be South Korea taking it 0-5.
Yep, very clean sweep there. South Korea doing well, and congratulations to Sweden. You know, they've been playing pretty well, got pretty far. It's just like what do you do when you go up against one of the strongest teams? You play your best,
Well,
and that's all you
then-
really can do.
They're not out yet. We'll actually see them next week, and they'll be facing, I believe, the winner of Mexico and Poland, which will be later on today. So they can still come back. Though I must say, this map pool has proven to cause, quite a few members of the team to struggle. But it's unfortunate that they didn't have the players. Maybe next time they will, and they'll have a bit more freedom in their picks.
Very much so. That being said, we will be having our next match in roughly 20 minutes. Are you ready?
Oh, this match is going to be very important, the United Kingdom versus Hong Kong. It's a loser's bracket encounter, so players will have to win or else they won't be advancing.
Yep.
And whichever country wins, it will be versing Japan next week. And we saw Japan did actually very well against China. They pulled it close sometimes, even though they did lose 2-5. So that in itself is a tough match. But right now, United Kingdom and Hong Kong. So that's going to be in, 15 minutes?
Yeah, basically, I'd say 15 minutes. I mean, 17 minutes, but 2 minutes early.
Rounding, my friend.
It fails. Oh man, so what do you think about the United Kingdom versus Hong Kong? How do you think this one's gonna play out? Like, just speculation, off the top of your head, no stats, no nothing, just what do you feel?
Oh boy, alright, so I've seen the United Kingdom play a couple of times in this. That's all I'm going off. Though the United Kingdom is actually pretty strong at the mod pools. I mean, I'm just going to pick out DT, for example, because I've already mentioned it twice, how they managed to actually take 2 points off Sweden last week in DT, even though they did lose. As for Hong Kong is a very, very strong HD team. They have some very strong HD players, like they've got Alien Flybot, for example. So I feel that when it comes to mods in general, United Kingdom might have a slight edge, but Hong Kong has done actually pretty well this tournament, and they're, as I've said, very strong in HD. They can outclass the United Kingdom. I think we might have a match that is closer than what we had for Japan and China, actually.
Yeah, this has the potential to do that. I mean, they're both rounded about in the high seed team, so it should be pretty interesting. And usually when we get two of the same seed team, we see it back and forth. I don't know if it'll go straight to tiebreaker type material, but I do believe that it should be pretty interesting. I'm going to call like a 5-3 now and hope for it. I'm not going to call on which favor, but 5-3 is what I'm imagining the match should look like, because those are fun. Unless, it's like the 5-3 where they win, like, and goes back, forth, and then they just take it away. I don't like those ones too much.
They're slightly anticlimactic, but yeah.
What I really like is where it goes 1-4, like it's all the way to the 4, and then they just take it all the way to, they start taking points back, because then it just builds up hype towards it, and then they lose one. But it's much more suspenseful because, it's like if they make that mistake, they're out. Their back's against the wall. Can they make a tiebreaker? And we've seen that happen so many times, and that's really fun when that's how it goes down. Unless it's the team that you wanted to win and they lost, then it's really sad. Well, I'd say we could take some questions, but unfortunately, is that Korean? My Korean is...
There is Korean everywhere, yes.
Yeah, I can't. My Korean's non-existent.
I find it's really... Korean I find is like really easy to identify. It's a language that's got a lot of, I guess circles and squares, to put it